There's no two ways about it. QPR's biggest priority this summer is to sign a goal-scoring number 9. We all knew it was dangerous going into last season with just Dykes and Armstrong as our only centre forwards. January arrival Michael Frey did not solve our goal scoring problems. And yet Martí still managed to guide Rangers to survival despite those 3 forwards scoring just 12 goals between them all season. But make no mistake, despite our excellent second half of the season, we'll be in for another tough ride next year if we don't solve the goal scoring problems that we have. So today I'm going to be chatting through 7 strikers that QPR could sign this summer. Obviously I'm not a transfer scout or expert. These are just players that have caught my eye and ones that I think could be a good fit at QPR. Some of these names will be more achievable than others, but I've tried to keep most of them broadly in the realms of possibility. Ultimately though, these are just my opinions. A bit of fun to get the conversation going, nothing more. And for context, let's say with FFP hopefully easing up a bit this summer, a player sale or 2 and potentially some Abere Eze money coming our way, that we have a little bit of budget to play with. Nothing crazy, but something to allow us to go for more than just frees and loans. And before we get into it, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. I'm very near to 1,500 subscribers now, so please do help out. We'll start with 24-year-old Aaron Connolly, who is set to depart from Hull City this summer after just 1 season with the club. The Republic of Ireland international joined Brighton and Hove Albion in 2016, being fast-tracked to the under-23 side at just 16 years old, before heading out on his first loan to Luton in January 2019. Unfortunately, injury would keep him out and he would make just 2 appearances for the Hatters, but this would not stunt his development. He would remain in and around the Brighton first team for the next 2 seasons. He scored another 2 in the first half of the 21-22 season before heading out on loan to Middlesbrough, netting twice in 20 appearances, and he would again head out on loan to Venezia and later Hull City the following season. Despite just 2 goals in 6 appearances for Hull, both which of course came in the same match against Queen's Park Rangers on Connolly's 23rd birthday, the Tigers made a move for him last summer and brought him to the club on a 1-year deal. He went on to pick up 8 goals in 29 appearances this season. So why haven't Hull City decided to keep him? Well, unfortunately injuries have followed him through his career so far, and for the last 18 matches he was in and out of the side with injury. That is a clear concern to this suggestion, but on a free, with a medical team that have worked wonders with Jake Clark-Salter this season, and at 24 years old, I wonder if it could be worth the gamble. He's pacey, he consistently gets in behind, and he's a very good finisher inside the box. Someone I think would link up very well with our midfield. The injuries obviously were a worry, and you do have to wonder what Hull City were paying him, but if we could somehow get him to sign, even on a short-term contract similar to what he was on, he could have his best years ahead of him if someone can get him to stay fit. Next up, we have MK Dons top scorer this season, Max Dean, who ended the season with 17 goals and 5 assists in League 2. A product of Leeds United's youth setup, 20-year-old Max Dean signed for Milton Keynes in January 2023, rejoining former Leeds coach Mark Jackson and scoring 1 goal in 9 appearances before the club's relegation to League 2. It then took him some time to get going this season, but when he did, he really did, scoring 9 goals and 1 assist in 14 matches. Even his absence through injury for 11 matches later in the season did little to halt him. On his return, he scored another 6 and assisted 4 in the final 6 matches of the season. Of course, the season didn't end too favourably for him or MK Dons, losing 8-1 on aggregate to Crawley Town in the League 2 playoffs, leading to Dean having a bit of head loss on the pitch. There was also a fair bit of chatter online about his dirty foul in the first leg. Not particularly shocking when he collected 10 yellows over the course of the season as a centre forward, so he's clearly a very fiery player. But disciplinary issues aside, he is an exciting young talent. His positioning in the box is very mature, he has a keen eye for goal, he loves a long shot, and 22 goals and assists in his maiden professional season is a good return regardless of the level that he is playing at. To me, he looks like the type of player that you need to jump on early, because whoever gets in there is going to be making a hefty profit on him later down the line. In January, there were talks that Toulouse, who took Rhys Healey off MK Dons in January 2020, were also keen on Max Dean and willing to pay a fee of £1 million. That obviously didn't come to fruition, but it does suggest that a decent fee will be needed. But some QPR sales or Eze money this summer could make that a possibility. Let's head into Europe briefly now. Helmond Sport's Martí Kjaars scored 21 goals in 35 appearances this season in the Dutch second division, the best campaign of his career so far. As a kid, he played for young Ajax before signing for Volendam in 2018 and Helmond Sport in 2022, collecting 15 goals and assists in his first season and 21 this season, ending as the league's second top goal scorer. Despite being 6 foot tall, he's fast, he's good with the ball at his feet, he can link up play well, often dropping down into the attacking midfielder role, and he loves to somersault, so Smith would have someone to flip with. With just a year left on his contract and having only just turned 25, he could be a realistic acquisition for QPR this summer for a decent fee, and wouldn't be making a move into playing English football too late into his career. 24-year-old Isaac Tanto Oloafe has also enjoyed the best season of his career so far with League 2 winners Stockport County, ending as the club's top scorer with 20 goals and 2 assists in 46 appearances. Oloafe began his career with Millwall, but only made 2 first-team appearances despite multiple impressive loan spells with Sutton United, including their National League winning campaign in 2020-21. Stepping up into League 2 on loan again the following season was no issue, and so Stockport moved to sign him in January 2022, and so far he has not looked back. Also coming in at 6 foot, he's a physical presence with a keen eye for goal, and ironically could be turning into exactly the kind of striker that Millwall would like. Take a look at his hat-trick against Wrexham this season for a good example of his strength and composure in front of goal. He's almost the type of player that I would really like to see Armstrong develop into in the future. Now entering the final year of his deal with Stockport, he could be a very reasonable buy this summer. There would be plenty of Championship fans saying go and get Macaulay Langstaff this summer, and I am one of them. This guy just looks to me like one of those type of players that is going to score goals regardless of where he is playing. He did it for Gateshead in the National League North, and he's been doing it again on a whole different level for Notts County. 41 non-penalty goals and 6 assists in the National League in 2022-23, and now 28 goals and 4 assists in League 2 this season. He's seamlessly adapted going up another level, and despite Notts County tapering off in the second half of the season, his importance in that side cannot be understated. Last season he averaged the highest percentage possession share in the league as a centre forward. And of course he is a menace in front of goal. His 172 shots and 69 on target were the highest across the entire league, inevitably earning him his 3rd consecutive golden boot. I have no doubt that he would continue to score goals in the Championship. The real question is for who and for how much. He joined Notts County from Gateshead for a measly 50 grand, but with the club batting away offers and tying him down to an extended contract until the summer of 2027, it would take a decent fee to lure him away this summer. But that said, if we do have some money to play with this summer, the club will not be able to turn down a decent offer. Ike Ugbo is another name that will be on the minds of a lot of Championship fans after his impressive loan spell with Sheffield Wednesday in the second half of this season. Cardiff weren't enamoured by the former England international and now Canadian international in the first half of the season on loan from Troyes, where he scored 4 goals in 20 matches, but he was a different beast under Danny Rowe, scoring 7 goals in 18 appearances and playing a crucial role in Sheffield Wednesday's survival. Part of what made him so good for Wednesday was his off-the-ball movement and pressing, which created the vast majority of his goals. And to come into a side as starved for goals as QPR and get going so quickly shows you there is something about him. There are some obvious stumbling blocks. Sheffield Wednesday, of course, are very keen on him making a permanent return, and he won't be short of suitors elsewhere in the league. Troyes paid 2.2 million to Genk for him, so a fee will be required, though their potential relegation to France's 3rd tier this weekend could make him available at a cut price. And I really doubt that Wednesday would be prepared to spend more than QPR could match. This one I do think would unfortunately take us to have a bit of Eze money on our side, but never say never. Our last option in today's video is Divin Mubama, who is reportedly set to be released by West Ham this summer. Mubama has been at the club since the age of 8 and signed his first professional contract with the club in 2022, leading to a scattering of appearances for the side in the Europa Conference League and Premier League over the the past 2 seasons. Alongside that, he has continued to play for West Ham's under-21 side, with whom he won the 2023 FA Youth Cup and ended as the competition's top scorer. After impressing in pre-season last summer, he looked perfectly poised for a breakout season either on loan or alongside the first team. But limited opportunities under David Moyes has reportedly led to extended contract talks breaking down. Another very physical presence, the Championship could be a perfect proving ground for the young striker. And at just 19 years old, you wouldn't expect his wages to be too big an issue either. Even if a new contract does become possible with West Ham's new manager, he could make a good loan option for QPR. So there we are, those are my 7 initial striker options. Have I missed any obvious options? Is there anyone that's caught your eye? Do let me know in the comments below. As I say, these are just my opinions, it's a bit of fun. And if you've enjoyed this type of video, do let me know and I will consider doing the same for other positions in the team. Do hit that subscribe button if you want to keep an eye out for those, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers!